Hi everyone, I'm David Wojcik and this is MBOT TV. Stories we covered this week: the Federal Minister of Small Business has a message for SMEs looking to export. Provincial Minister of Finance holds a roundtable for Mississauga business. The City of Mississauga leaves huge cannabis dollars on the table, and budget cuts are in the works for Mississauga and the region of Peel. Let's dive in. Welcome to MBOT TV, a weekly recap of what happened in business at the Mississauga Board of Trade and around the city of Mississauga. First up, our series on the corporate execution gap. Here's Fred Pitsadny from Focus Management with our Guru Gab tip of the week on uncovering your opportunities and threats of your organization and how it affects your execution strategy.
Thanks, David. I think everyone is familiar with the SWOT analysis: strengths, weaknesses, opportunity, threats. A major part of understanding your current business situation. Let's focus. I'm Fred. Often the most exhaustive part of a SWOT is the examination of the external environment. We do this in order to identify the trends that are developing in the world around us. It's common to think of this as a snapshot of one moment in time. What is happening right now that is having some impact? Taken a step further, a series of snapshots taken at regular intervals, say every 3 to 4 months, will help you spot the trends that appear in the economy, technology, customers, and competition. If your business has been operating successfully in the current environment, pay special attention to the ways in which the environment is changing, especially customer buying behaviors and preferences. When you spot those changes, determine how they are going to affect your business, opportunity or threat. Then create strategies to deal most effectively with them. Exploit significant opportunities. Counter major threats. Make it happen. Back to you, David.
Thanks, Fred. Coming up is our political report with Brad Butt and MBOT's upcoming events listing. But first, are you looking for ways to save money on your employee benefits? The Chamber Plan can help.
The Chamber's Plan now offers employee benefit programs with greater selection, higher coverage levels, and more value than ever before. Take another look and see why we're the choice of more small businesses than any other plan in Canada. The Chamber's Plan. It's for your benefit.
Now for our political update. Here's our Director of Government Relations, Brad Butt. Brad?
Thanks, David. The House of Commons returned to work on Monday after their winter break. This will be the last sitting of the House leading up to the October 2019 election. MPs are expected to sit on and off until June, when the House will adjourn for the summer recess. MBOT was pleased to host the Honourable Mary Ng, the Federal Minister of Small Business and Export Promotion, last Friday at the Hilton Mississauga Meadowvale. The minister spoke about the government's support of small and medium-sized enterprises and its efforts to help businesses diversify their export markets.
99% of our businesses are SMEs, only 12% export. We have an ambitious target to increase that, and of that 12%, roughly 70% of those exports go into one market. So there's a real opportunity for diversification and a real opportunity to grow, and the benefits of trade and export are just far too great for SMEs to not look at this and look at growing their business globally. The numbers speak for themselves. 1 in 6 jobs are related to exports. Companies who export invest more in R&D. Companies who export pay 14% higher wages, and they enjoy a 15% higher productivity. That is why the government is investing in supporting existing exporters, and creating new ones.
We were also pleased that 4 of Mississauga's MPs joined us at the event. Provincial Finance Minister Victor Fedeli held a pre-budget consultation last Tuesday that was hosted by the Mississauga Board of Trade and held at the offices of the Business Development Bank of Canada. The minister received important advice on tax competitiveness, the ongoing skills gap, and a plan to deal with deficits and debt. He was joined by 5 of Mississauga's MPPs who also took part in the event. MBOT appreciates the minister coming to Mississauga and giving our businesses an opportunity to provide input. The provincial budget is expected to be tabled in March. Minister Fedeli also announced last week that the Ontario government is assisting municipalities with the cost of legalizing cannabis and combating the illegal market by providing a second payment of $15 million by the end of February to help safeguard communities. However, as Mississauga decided to opt out of retail cannabis stores, it will only receive $5,000 instead of a per capita amount if it had opted in. Despite receiving the Canadian Federation of Independent Business Gold Scissor Award, the Ontario government is backtracking on some of the changes in Bill 66 that cut hundreds of regulations. In its review, the government has decided not to implement some of the changes to ensure health, safety, and environmental protections are not compromised. The Ontario government has announced changes to the Greater Golden Horseshoe Growth Plan to speed up development and increase the supply of housing. The plan will increase housing supply, ensure a faster process for building transit areas, attract investment, create and maintain jobs, and make growth planning easier for rural communities. The proposed changes respect the ability of local governments to make decisions about how they grow while maintaining protections for the Greenbelt, agricultural lands, the agri-food sector, and natural heritage systems. While the City of Mississauga and Region Appeal governments are wrapping up their budget meetings, both with a focus of some cost cutting. The recent announcement of a panel to review regional government has put added pressure on municipal governments to demonstrate cost-effective operations and efficiencies. Both governments expect to have property tax increases in line with general inflation for 2019. Back to you, David.
Thanks, Brad. And here's what's coming up at your Mississauga Board of Trade. On January 31st, Good Evening Mississauga is at Milestones in Heartland. This evening networking event provides light snacks, adult beverages, and a warm atmosphere to create new business relationships and build success for your organization. On February 8th, Membership Matters is at MBOT, a session for new members to discover all the great benefits that your Mississauga Board of Trade has to offer. Seasoned members are always welcome to stop by for a refresher. On February 7th, our annual Chairs Lunch, a gathering of Mississauga's elite business community to say thank you to our 2018 Chair of the Board, Paul Gaspar from UPS. This event is a must-attend event for our top business leaders in the city. On February 13th, Good Morning Mississauga is at the Monte Carlo Inn. Come out and connect with your MBOT colleagues. Book a speaker spot. Where else can you make over 100 cold calls in just 2 minutes? On February 15th, MBOT's Professional Development Series continues with 4 strategies to kickstart 2019. 4 experts present ideas to help you get a jump start on the competition for the upcoming year. Details about these stories and events are available at www.mbot.com. Until next week, this is David Wojcik wishing you continued success in your business.